This TV Hamilton live stream is brought to you by Miami University Regionals.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, thank you for having your attention here. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here for this annual State of Schools reception. It's great program. I'm Dave Frank. I'm a 40-year member of the Lindenwold, Hamilton, Fairfield, Kiwanis. I was sitting there by myself earlier, and they came and said, "What's wrong, all your friends?" Well, Rotary, bring me in your fold. Bring me in your fold, would you? At this time, I'd like to bring to the podium Reverend Lewis for the pledge and prayer.
Would you please rise for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance? Let us pray. Almighty and gracious God, we come to you at this time of the year with grateful hearts that you have blessed each of us with so much. We thank you for our school administrators and teachers and staff, and ask that you give them discernment when it comes to strength in managing budgets, when they're under pressure. Shield them from harm and negative influences. Watch over them as they manage the day-to-day operations. And may they feel deeply valued and appreciated by our community as they face challenges each and every day. Make each of us mindful of those around us who are less fortunate than ourselves. And we give you thanks for this meal, for this time of fellowship. We pray that you would be with our speakers this day and bless their words. We pray in your holy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Reverend Lewis, for that word. That was nice. I would like now to bring to the podium what I consider, and I've said this for many years now, I think the hardest working executive officer of the chamber that we've had ever. Dan, I appreciate everything you do for our community. Dan Bates.
Well, so much for taking this afternoon off. I can't now. He said it's the hardest working one. Anyway, thank you for being here, everybody, today. On behalf of the Hamilton Chamber of Commerce, welcome to our red carpet luncheon, State of the Schools. Let's start first by recognizing the Chamber Centennial Sustaining Sponsors who support our mission and our efforts throughout the year. Hold your applause until the end, but they are Butler Metropolitan Housing, Butler Tech, City of Hamilton, First Financial Bank, Kettering Health Hamilton, Mercy Health Fairfield Hospital, Naritas Media, OneView, and U.S. Bank. And a special thanks today to our event sponsor, who is Butler Tech. Thank you. I also want to thank TV Hamilton, a great partner with us, who is here today, and Journal News for being here, also another great partner. So let's get the program started. It is my pleasure to introduce Brian Pendergast, president of Baden High School.
Good afternoon. I'd like to thank the Rotary Club, the Kiwanis, and the Chamber of Commerce for the opportunity to speak with you today. You know, the students in Hamilton and Butler County have excellent educational opportunities at all the schools that are speaking here today, and it's always an honor to participate in this and share with you what Baden has to offer. Baden is the only Catholic school in Catholic high school in Butler County, and we've been in existence. We're celebrating our 60th anniversary as a school this year. Probably the most memorable part of our 60th anniversary, though, was the opening of the Lonnie Family Stadium at the Matani Sportsplex and hosting boys and girls soccer and football games on campus for the first time. The excitement that this generated for our school and our community was tremendous, and I want to publicly thank all of our donors for making that dream become a reality. Our mission is real simple. It's to empower young men and women to achieve their personal best, live their faith, and lead the future. And that's how I'm going to kind of stagger my remarks here today. Achieving their personal best. We're extremely blessed with an outstanding faculty and staff and terrific students, and we love to celebrate all of their successes. Senior Matthew Lease was named a National Merit semifinalist, and hopefully soon will be realizing the dream of being a National Merit finalist. 20 of our art students had 32 of their art pieces presented at the Middletown Tomorrow's Artists Today competition recently. With those 25 artists, 5 of them received awards for their artwork. Grace Goldberg was accepted in the University of Cincinnati's DAP program recently and will be attending there in the fall, majoring in interior design. Sorry about that. We have 7 students that competed in and placed at the Business Professionals of America. We used to be a DECA school years ago, and when that transitioned out, we became part of the Business Professionals of America. 7 of them competed at the regional level, did so well that they placed there, and will be attending the State Leadership Conference next week. Also part of that program, we had 9 female students recently attend the Women in Business at Mount St. Joe's University. This provided those students an opportunity to network with business professionals, do professional development, and be exposed to the leadership opportunities for females in the greater Cincinnati region. What do we offer our kids in terms of academics? We offer next year we'll be offering 34 credit hours of CCP courses. Let's go College Credit Plus for those that aren't aware of what that stands for. All of those courses at Badin High School are taught by Badin faculty and staff based on their credentials and criteria that are approved by Sinclair College. Last school year, for the 24-25 school year, we had 188 students receive a total of 1,305 credit hours heading off to college. We also offer 12 AP courses that allow students to receive college credit while at Badin in addition to the CCP. For 24-25 school year, our students took 317 AP tests. Of those, 73% of those received a 3 or higher on that test, which resulted in Badin receiving the AP Silver Distinction of Honor. 25 of our student athletes will be going on to play at the college level. 6 of them will be going on to play at the Division I level. Our boys soccer team, maybe it's because we had our own stadium and our own practice field, I don't know, had the best season they've ever had, winning the regional finals and making it to the state Final Four for the first time in school history. Our girls soccer team made it to the state finals and were state runner-up. That was their 10th time making it to the state finals. 10-0 in the state semifinals, unfortunately not 10-0 in our state finals. Braylon Even became the all-time leading scorer for basketball for both the boys and the girls programs. She's already surpassed 1,500 points, but ironically, she will not be playing college basketball as she was an All-American soccer player and will be going to UC to play soccer. Living their faith, serving God, serving others is a motto at Badin that we take serious, and faith formation really is the #1 priority we have. We live out our motto in a variety of ways, whether that's through our religion program, retreat program, Christian service, or our mission trips. Each summer we offer 6 mission trips, 5 of them in the United States and 1 international. Each mission trip has a specific focus addressing Catholic social teachings and issues facing our country. Our students are truly dedicated to our service program. Samaya Boyles, Braden Bourbano, Maya Calhoun, and Caleb Smith partnered with the Booker T. Washington Community Center this fall. They planned a talent show for the kids, worked with them all fall to practice their individual performances, and then hosted a fall party and invited family and community members to the show. Our students built relationships with these kids, fostering their talents and building their confidence to allow them to perform in front of a gym full of people. Maddie Berry, Brant Bowling, Riley Campbell, and Cole Parr, inspired by their experience of participating in the Cancer Free Kids Night for the Fight last year created an event at Baden that hopefully will be here for many years to come called the Mini Night for the Fight. They invited 5th through 8th grade students from all of our local partner schools to this mini experience and created an event that participants would be able to have a glimpse of what the true Night for the Fight might look like and hopefully inspire them to be part of that when they get to high school. The event included games, food, community building, and a special presentation by a pediatric cancer survivor, Matt Kraybacher, who was a graduate of Baden from 2014. In addition to that, they raised $2,000 for cancer-free kids and created awareness for future Baden students. Recently, a group of students were featured on Channel 9 for participating in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. These students go to Riverview Elementary once a week during their study hall and lunch periods to spend time with their students that they are partnering with, to play games, have lunch, and be a mentor for their littles. On March 5th, we will be welcoming parents and community members, and any of you are more than welcome to attend, to the Stang Symposium, where our senior students will present their service projects to our guests. Leading the future. Recently, senior Caitlin Stratman has received an appointment to the United States Military Academy at West Point and will be attending there in the fall. Patrick Ray, from the class of 2023, recently completed his training at the Police Academy in Columbus. He was selected by his peers to be the class speaker and lead his classmates through the ceremony. He just began his career with our Hamilton Police Department. We're very excited for him for that. Andrew Walsh, from the class of 2017, a graduate of the United States Naval Academy and is currently a naval pilot. At his time at the Naval Academy, he finished in the top 2% of his class, and at flight school, he did just a little bit better, and that finished #1 in the class of his flight school. We have several graduates that serve in leadership roles here in the city of Hamilton and the city of Fairfield, including both city managers. We're very proud of our alumni and our current students. I'd like to thank the members of our school board, both current and past, for their tremendous guidance, support, and encouragement. Their vision and leadership have made a huge impact on our school and our future and in our kids. On behalf of the faculty and staff at Baden High School, I'd like to thank you for your support and encouragement over the years, not only to Baden, but to all of our schools here in Hamilton and Fairfield area. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today, and please know you're always welcome to stop by Baden and see Baden in action. I had this big introduction when I thought Kelvin Moss was going to be here, because not only is he at Marshall High School, but he is the head coach of the #1 team in the state of Ohio, the Lakota West Firebirds, and so not second fiddle, but definitely a good fill-in for him, is David Goodwin, Assistant Director of Marshall High School. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you. So on behalf of Marshall High School, Hamilton campus, and Oakmont Education, I feel like I want to get on and sing. We thank you for the invitation to share our story at the State of School. So again, our Executive Director, Randy Smoot, was really looking forward to coming here to share not only what we're doing in Marshall, but in Oakmont, but an emergency came up, so he wasn't available. As you said, Mr. Moss calls me at 9 o'clock. He says, "Hey man, I need you to do something for me." What? Need to go do a speech. So he's in Columbus training. The other thing about Lakota West, because we love, what we see at Lakota West is what is duplicated in our building, and I'll share that story momentarily. But they're also ranked 15th in the country and still growing. But you have me, all right? Now, typically, I am so used to performing in front of crowds. In fact, I have one tonight. I'm a basketball official. Please don't act like the fans. I'll have that tonight. You got a varsity game. But we at Marshall, we are a dropout prevention and credit recovery school. That is our goal, that is our function, that is our mandate by the state. Our primary education curriculum is online. It's called Edmentum. Some schools use Apex. Apex was purchased by Edmentum about two years ago. And so Edmentum is now overhauling its academic curriculum and making that the primary teaching tool. Our students are in our classes 4 hours a day. We have 2 periods. So we end our school year, unlike you guys, in May, June 23rd. And our students will have accumulated if they show up, 923 hours of academic curriculum. We actually have two pathways to our education for a diploma. One is through our academic pathway, the other one's through our Career Tech program, or CTE. And we offer 5 CTE programs: advanced manufacturing, business and entrepreneurship, construction, culinary, and healthcare. Now, granted, my background as a journalist, and some of my colleagues and those who I've worked with in journalism here in the market or in the audience, it's the flip side. Normally I'm out there covering this, now they're covering me, so I'll be on my best behavior. But when I was asked to come on board for the charter school, the typical question that you get, not only from someone who's not familiar with the charter school industry, but also from our students and our parents, we get labeled the school for bad kids. And do we have difficult students? Yes. Many of the students are students that you've seen in your own buildings. But we also have students who are resilient. We are motivated, and our students are motivated. They really are motivated to redirect their academic journeys, to really turn their experience into positive and rewarding outcomes. And students, our school is where our students are looking for a school that meets them where they are, to be patient with them as they work towards their high school diploma and eventually become productive citizens in our community. So at Oakmont, we have this motto where it's called Education Reimagined. Now, since we officially opened our doors in October of 2023, we've had more than 800 students between the ages of 15 and 22 cross our threshold. Today, we have nearly 300 students enrolled, and just this week alone, we have 6 students going through our orientation. So we're constantly in a cycle of enrolling students. Sometimes students are getting suspended from other schools. Sometimes students are just coming to the realization that the path that they're on in the traditional environment is just not working for them. And so they come to us as a school of choice. In the past 2 years, we have awarded 146 high school diplomas. This year, we're on track to have about 60. We hope that it'll continue to go upward. Our youngest graduates have been 17, and 2 of those graduates right now are currently enrolled in nursing schools at Christ College. I'm working with another student who wants to go to Mercy. Our students come from all the school districts in Butler County, Butler, Hamilton, Montgomery, Preble, and Warren counties. And we have students whose families have relocated from across the country, including Indiana, Kentucky, Florida, and Texas. We also have students whose families have relocated from Mexico, Central America, and Spain. So we're constantly working with these students to help make sure that they have their academic credentials. That's the work that I do. I work with the state on that. Good news. So in our first year of operation, and we have a sister school in Middletown, so we act as a satellite school in Hamilton. So according to our state report card, we met standards. This is our first year last year. So, after we kind of acclimated with the routine and understanding, what it means to run a school, to be effective and efficient, hire our staff, execute our mission, we're proud to say that we crushed this year's state report card and we exceeded expectations. This truly is a reflection of our dedicated staff and our students' diligent work and commitment to stay on task. And this is an accomplishment that truly deserves an applause. So we're here in Hamilton because of a commitment our management company, Oakmont Education, made to invest in young lives. Oakmont Education has been recognized as one of the nation's best educational management companies. And because of this recognition, the growth of Oakmont has expanded to 2 other states, Iowa and the state up north. I'm from Oklahoma, so but I'll just stay with the theme. We have 21 high schools in Ohio, and 1 each in the state up north and in Iowa. And we plan to open up a second school in Iowa this fall. As part of our growth locally, We plan to open up our third Marshall campus in Southwest Ohio this fall, and we've identified a landmark property in Cincinnati that will serve Hamilton County students. Yeah, sometimes I do that with our students just to kind of get them riled up. Because of our continuing success, Oakmont has garnered interest across so many spectrums, most recently in Congress. So Chris Galancy-Worrell, she's our vice president and a founding member of Oakmont Education, was invited on January 28th to testify before the U.S. Senate Health, Labor, and Pension Committee. And she was invited to join two other educators, one from Arizona and one from Florida, to testify at a hearing titled Empowering Families Through Educational Choice in America. And I would encourage you to listen to her personal story, which is so similar to the many of our students' own experience and her testimony, and is available at our website at Oakmont Education. Now I'd like to just highlight a couple of the corporate and business partnerships that we've created, including many of you who are in this room today. And just a few, there's so many, but just a few to highlight. So our relationship with Habitat for Humanity. Our construction students are helping to build 2 homes from the ground up, and they're scheduled to be completed in December. And so our students will be understanding electronics, right now they're just doing the foundation, but they'll learn every aspect to build a home. With Casanos in Fairfield, which is under 2 years of new management and ownership, our CT business and entrepreneurship students, along with our culinary students, are interning there and learning how to run a business, which includes from providing customer service, one student shared the story dealing with a drunken customer who put their hand in the jar that was for donations. That was her first day experience. I said, it only gets better. To making pies, to ordering inventory, and to just the day-to-day operations of how to run a business. With Community First Solutions, which we just sort of approved that contract this week, our healthcare students will learn what is required to provide quality healthcare. With Game Master Athletics in Westchester, our advanced manufacturing students are learning warehouse management, purchasing, supply chain operations. And really what's probably more exciting from an educational standpoint is our wonderful relationship with Miami University, Oxford. This is 3 years in a running. And we have built a relationship with Miami's College of Education, Health, and Society. And for the past 3 years, we've been bringing their students who are all education majors to come on our campus to provide tutoring. We start that program on Tuesday. We have about 30, and it is so successful, and it's really helping not only get our students excited about learning, but also understanding that it's not as complicated, and they simplified that process. The other thing is that I'm glad to announce today that over the next 2 years, we will be expanding our CTE program with 2 new offerings, and it's going to be automotive and nail technician. We have a lot of students that come in that really want to either work on cars, they work on motors, of course, cosmetology. That's so popular. We have clubs, we have various clubs, and our cosmetology club is one of the more popular ones. We have so many other partnerships that I couldn't mention, but I just want you to know that we are absolutely open to any opportunity that you want to create with us and our students. All you have to do is just give us a call. We have a career navigator / job placement specialist who you can work with. The only thing is I like to kind of end these remarks with what really drives us as our core values. And we call them the 4 C's. And we have these values displayed throughout our building. It is a part of our DNA, and I think it's part of our successful model. We have this thing we call a development of culture of love and support. We sort of know that the students who come to us, I spend many time with students who are tearful, who are dealing with crisis, either their own personal crisis or family crisis. And so we just want to let them know that we always have an open door. We celebrate them every single day. Crazy. We're absolutely crazy about our students. Now, when I'm at a basketball game, I am the loudest person on the court as an official. But it's the enthusiasm. I have such a love of working with young people, and I love basketball, love it. So my enthusiasm doesn't stop just with the game. It actually I tell the students how grateful and honored it is to be chosen to officiate your game. I take it serious, and I want to let them know they're going to get the best out of me. We do that in the building. And so our enthusiasm just doesn't start. It's not pretend, it is real. Curious. We have to be curious about our students' lives outside of school. Today, I'm going to be leaving here and taking a package to a family whose mother is dealing with cancer. She has chemotherapy 3 times a week. She's in there 4 or 5 hours. Said, I don't have toiletries. I need toilet paper, toothpaste, water, and just some basic needs. And so we have a pantry, which we partner with Shared Harvest, in which we go and provide them. But we have to make sure that they know that in order for them to be successful in our building, we got to make sure they have that success at home or wherever the environment they're in, and consistent. At the end of the day, that no matter how the engagement that we have with our students, we're absolutely consistent. I get cussed out a lot. But I also have been able to understand that sometimes what they're doing is they're manifesting some anxiety or frustration that they have. And so I am not the direct target, I'm the recipient of that frustration. And we are. And so we want to make sure that no matter how they approach us, we are always committed to those core values. And that's why I can tell you, I love going to work. I love going to school. I love working with the people I work with, and I love our students. I absolutely love them. And they know that. And so our 4 C's that Mr. Moss developed really encapsulates what we do. I just want you to know that, again, you have an open invitation to visit our school. Please come, see what we do. You'll be impressed. Interact with our students and our staff, and just know why we are here and that our goal is to make sure that every student that crosses our door with a diploma is going to be a success. Thank you.
Get ready. Next up is William Sprankle, Superintendent of Butler Tech.
If the good brother from Marshall could leave his blue and orange tie at the door, that would be much appreciated. We'd like to inventory that at Butler Tech Schools. Shout outs to whoever made the banana cream pudding. That bowl over there was absolutely amazing. If you didn't get some, you should get some, at least while I'm speaking. My name is William Sprankles. This is my first year as the CEO, superintendent for Butler Tech Schools, but this is my 8th year with Butler Tech. And today I want to talk about the things that are of deep importance to Butler Tech, and want to begin with this statement. The single most radical place of possibility in the entire world is the classroom. Not a boardroom, not a legislature, not a research lab. It's the classroom. That's where futures are created. For young people, that's where futures are built. And at Butler Tech, that's where we get to live our mission every day, which is transforming lives. Our profile at Butler Tech is we're known for being a career tech center. Beyond that, we've recently been reflecting inside our organization of how we want to be identified or how we want to be known in the community. We want to be known as a catalyst for economic development. We want to be known as a vehicle for transforming communities and changing generations for families. We also think we're onto something, that we're focusing on a philosophy, and my coworker Marnie loves this phrase. We're focused on a philosophy masquerading as a school. We believe that all students deserve real-world experiences. We believe that education should connect students to immediate opportunities in their community. And we believe that schools should be engines, not endpoints. I want to talk about people for a second. Everything that we do at Butler Tech begins and ends with our people. The single most important thing that we do at our school district is hire great people. The second most important thing we do is develop them. That's more important than anything else, because that's what leads to changes in classrooms. We know that facilities matter, programs matter, ratings matter. At the end of the day, people matter more than anything else. and that's super important of a focus for our organization. When you get people right, everything else gets better. I want to talk about our programs and our performance for a couple quick seconds. This year, Butler Tech boasts, and we're super proud, and we want our community to know that your local Career Tech Center has a 5-star rating. We're super proud of that because it reflects the eclectic work of dozens of students from the entire county across Butler County. To earn that rating is nothing short of remarkable for our teachers. We have a 100% graduation rate, and that's super powerful. If you've not been to, seen, or heard about a Butler Tech graduation, we have about 720 students that graduate each year. What's powerful is when you see 75 come from Middletown, 100 come from Hamilton, 25 from New Miami, 30 from Colerain, 30 from Northwest, 100 from Lakota, and they're all under the same roof at the same time with all these families cheering in a united front. It's a beautiful thing that Butler Tech gets to engage in that particular experience. On our adult education side, one of our performance metrics we're super proud of is 90% of our adult education students, and this is 20,000 adult learners a year, 90% of those learners end up getting placed in a job or an industry in which they just completed the program or the credential. And when I say 90%, it's every single adult learner. That means the white, the black, the Hispanic, Latino community, the biracial community. Every single racial subgroup is over a 90% placement rate if they come out of Butler Tech's adult education program. If you can give that a round of applause, please. I want to make sure I share with the room what our priorities are at Butler Tech. There's a lot of priorities that schools have to chase or compete with or dig into each year, and there's 3 that are super important for us. The first priority is we want to have a student-led culture. When you come to Butler Tech, we expect our students to greet visitors at the door. We expect our students to run tours for our visitors and our guests, and we expect our students to be ambassadors of their community at the highest possible level. So for this room, if you haven't been, anyone in here is welcome to attend. We're pushing every single young person to make sure that they're getting an opportunity to lead, not just receive an education. Second priority for Butler Tech is to reach the greatest number of students. That's important because we know what the research says. We know that the research says young people that experience one Career Tech education class between grades 7 and 12 are 10% more likely to be successful their first year in college and 17% more likely to sustain their first job after graduating from high school. So things for us about reaching the greatest number of students. Today, we're offering 750 students opportunities to be accepted to Butler Tech. That's how many placements we're offering today. We're also turning away 750 other students today because we're out of seats. What that means is we're constantly on the grind to expand our programs, to expand our opportunities, to expand the buildings and the partnerships we have so that we can provide more seats to students as often as possible. In the last couple years, you may have heard about Butler Tech expanding our particular pathways, so I'd like to just qualify for a second the number of seats that we've been able to provide. 200 more seats in the field of aviation because we just opened the brand new aviation center on the Middletown runway. 300 more seats in engineering because we're opening the brand new AmHub facility in partnership with Miami over at the Old Vora Technology Center. And 350 more students in healthcare because we're doubling our bioscience center, which is located on 75 North and South if you haven't seen it. Just under 800 additional seats over the last couple years, and that's one of our greatest priorities. Our third greatest priority is to protect our culture. And what I mean by protecting our culture, just as the gentleman from Marshall talked about it, is we challenge ourselves every day as a leadership team to model the values that we want our teachers and students to uphold. We push on each other and give each other feedback to make sure that we're holding each other accountable to those standards. And protecting the culture is the single most important thing that we can do as a priority at Butler Tech. I want to mention our partnerships. Partnerships are the key DNA of what allows Butler Tech to transform lives. We can't do this work in our communities by ourselves. Dan Bates, if you can stand for 1 second. Dan Bates has been one of the most relentless advocates for not only public education and Career Tech education, but for Butler Tech. He's been one of the greatest resources in our entire school district, spanning across the entire county for the last 7 or 8 years that I've been there. We're proud to celebrate Dan. He's the first public office that has been invited to hold office inside the new Advanced Manufacturing Hub at Miami University in Butler Tech. So Dan, we're welcoming you to the AmHub Center. We are thrilled to have you. And rumor has it he's going to park his Harley there, so that's what we know. In addition to this focus on partnerships, Butler Tech proudly has over 200 partners, from mom and pop shops to gigantic corporations. And each one of those partners serves a different opportunity and a different focus for young people to take advantage of real world opportunities. I also want to shout out, as we've continued to do, especially within the Hamilton community, our partnership with Miami. Sammy, I see you here today. Dr. Lisa, I see you here. We couldn't be more grateful for the partnership that Miami is doing to provide groundbreaking opportunities in the fields of engineering that young people in this country have never had before because of the relentless work of Miami. And then I want to make sure I give a shout out to the other offices inside the city of Hamilton, the mayor's office, city manager's office, and everyone else in between. Butler Tech continues to be on the receiving end of just great partnership and great relationships. So thank you for that. I want to share about our programs for a second. For the last 5 or 6 months, we've talked about our new Bioscience Center. We've talked about our AmHub facility, which is engineering. There's still a lot of other programs that Butler Tech is expanding or providing that are new opportunities for young people. Some of those opportunities include, we are relaunching a brand new teacher academy, also in partnership with Miami University, that will allow young people to complete 1 year of their college coursework while in high school and matriculate right to Miami University's Teacher Academy program. What's going to be groundbreaking about this program is it's a 3-year program, not a 2-year program. And during their high school, their senior year, they're going to be student teaching, which is what college students would typically do with our local middle schools. That's pretty unheard of, so we're super excited about the evolution of that Teacher Academy. Butler Tech's also bringing back a massive electrical program. Some years ago, we decided to get rid of that program, and the demand in local industry is absolutely through the roof for electrical programming right now, so that is being brought back. Regarding our aviation program, that includes 3 opportunities for young people from all of our surrounding communities. You can be an A&P mechanic, you can also take an aerospace pathway, or you can take a private pilot license, which includes a whole series of opportunities for young people to acquire. We're completely expanding healthcare because it's one of the greatest fields in demand in our entire country. So not only do we have a bioscience center that specializes in healthcare, and not only do we have an adult education center that specializes in healthcare, we're now adding healthcare programs to Middletown High School, Monroe High School, Talawanda High School, and we already have them in 3 or 4 other high schools in Butler County. We couldn't be more excited to expand healthcare because of the demand right now of various different positions in that field. We're going to also be offering a 1+3 pathway with Miami University to acquire your Bachelor in Science of Nursing, where young people complete their entire first year of college while in high school and ultimately only have 3 years to complete that, a 4-year degree with Miami University. And then finally, we're adding about 24 cutting-edge credentials at our AmHub location and various other locations for customized work training at our adult education facility. I want to end by talking about some possibilities for a minute. One of the things that has really allowed Butler Tech to leverage our partnerships is really taking a humble approach with great leaders from around these communities. Sometimes that requires leaders to drop their egos at the door, and we've experienced the most humbling work with our partners, and what that often looks like is leaders that say, your idea is better than mine, leaders that say, let's take this risk together. We also understand that when leaders put students first and they put down their brands, it's the healthiest thing for the community. It's not about who gets the credit. It's about doing what's right for young people. And when leaders and districts and organizations don't worry about what company gets the credit, what school district gets the headline, and just focus on young people in classrooms, real significant change happens in communities. And finally, the greatest catalyst for creating belief in any organization is people. And at Butler Tech, we call that belief in our mission transforming lives. So if we desire to have stronger businesses, stronger communities, and a stronger region, it doesn't start with more buildings and budgets, it starts in classrooms. So with that in mind, want to thank you all for giving me a couple minutes. And I also would like to express my sincere gratitude for Baden, for Marshall, for Miami University, and for Hamilton City Schools. Dan, I know I had a chance to shout you out about coming to AmHub. I also want to thank you for your advocacy about publishing the article that you recently put in the newspaper about the importance of the business community understanding school finance and school funding. That's one of the most thoughtful pieces someone has ever written on behalf of schools from the business community. So thank you for doing that, Dan. Much appreciation. All right, and then I'm going to have an opportunity to introduce one of my relentless coworkers from Miami. I call her relentless because she truly is working the grindstone every day. I can tell you we had about a dozen arguments before we ever found a way to find solutions for young people. But what I admire is this young lady continues to put students at the forefront of her decision making. She continues to be relentless with opportunities for students at Butler Tech and other surrounding high schools. So Dr. Lisa, if you could please come on up and represent Miami University, we'd love to welcome you to the stage.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sprenkels. I'll say that there are only a few people in Butler County who can pronounce my last name, and Dr. William Sprenkels is one of them. So thank you for that. There you go. I'm Lisa Skrzewska. I am the Senior Associate Dean at Miami University Regionals. I've been at Miami University for almost 18 years, but this is my very first time talking to this audience. So thank you so much to the Hamilton Chamber for allowing us to present here and to share our great achievements and great progress that we are making in our daily life. Let me start with updating you on our progress transition to the Polytechnic education model. The Polytechnic model involves two major features. It's applied learning and partnership with industries. It employs pedagogical practices that allow students to engage in real-world activities and be ready for real-world jobs on day one after graduation. The first phase of the Polytechnic transition will be launched in fall 26, with the second phase in fall 27. As part of our transition, we recently celebrated the grand opening of our Advanced Manufacturing Workforce and Innovation Hub, also known as MHub. At the core of this hub is our partnership with Butler Tech. The hub, as you probably know, is located in Hamilton in the old Vora building on the Knightsbridge. By creating the ecosystem of career, technical, and higher education, we are at the forefront of innovation in our region and our state. Imagine a classroom where career technical students work side by side with the university student, where college classes are taught by career technical instructors and Miami University instructors at the same time, and where creativity and innovation happens on the daily basis. Some might call this classroom of the future, but for us, it's reality. It's happening in our life as we speak. We currently have 25 Butler Tech students who are enrolled in the Butler Tech engineering program, who are taking English 111 courses through Miami University, and those courses are taking place in the MHub building. These students are part of the Butler Tech Miami Engineering Technology pathway, designed to facilitate student progression from the career technical to the undergraduate level of college education and beyond. We are excited about this opportunity to serve our students and our community and to be the driving force for the workforce development and economic development in the region. To meet the needs of the local community, we speak with industry representatives asking for their feedback as we improve our academic portfolio. As a result of these conversations, we developed new academic programs and modified our existing programs. For example, we just recently submitted proposals to the state and the Higher Learning Commission for 2 accelerated Bachelor of Science degree programs that students can complete in 3 years. So the state of Ohio is now requiring every higher education institution to have at least 1 accelerated program at 90 credit hours. So we worked very hard and we have 2 programs. One of them is in small business management and another one is in information technology. We also completely revamped our engineering technology set of majors, and those will be available for our students in fall 2026, including Butler Tech students who are on that pathway with Miami University. More curriculum work is underway, and I'll be happy to update you in the future on the new programs that are being developed right now. Miami University partnered with architecture services firm Perkins & Will to develop a master plan for the expansion of the Hamilton campus as part of our Polytechnic transition. Many of you in this room have been part of those conversations, including our Butler Tech partners and the Hamilton City Manager, Craig Buchheit. We deeply appreciate your feedback, and we really value your support as we move forward toward a larger and more architecturally advanced campus. We really look forward to see that new campus in the future. My other update is about Early College Academy. We call it ECA. So if you represent a school district, you're familiar with this abbreviation. We launched the academy in fall 2022 with only 2 partnering school districts, Hamilton and Middletown. Next year, in academic year 23-24, we had 9 school districts. So that initiative has been very popular. And next year after that, as of fall 2025, we have 10 partnering school districts that send 166 students to the academy. 30 of those students come from the Hamilton High School. And we are really proud of those students. They're doing great. So some numbers to impress you with the quality of education in the academy. The average GPA for the academy students is 3.42. Graduation rate is 90%, and the retention rate from the junior to senior year is 89%. Branson Gabbard is a Hamilton High School student who joined the academy in our first cohort in 2022. In 2 years, in 2024, he graduated with an Associate's in Arts in General Studies degree at no cost. And this coming May, he is registered for graduation with his Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice degree. He is a great student. We are very proud of him. His GPA is 3.43. So this student is just one example of many. Last year, we graduated 70 students from the Early College Academy at the same time when they graduated from high school. So they walked across the stage, they received Miami University diploma and their high school diploma, and they continued their educational journey, not only with Miami, but with other institutions, higher education institutions across the state. So this year, we are expecting 64 ECA students to graduate in May. Our Work Plus program continues to be successful and continues to serve as a connector between higher education and real-world companies. It currently enrolls 70 students who go to school and work part-time, 20 hours a week simultaneously for 22 real-world employers in the area. It's another very successful program. The state of Ohio has identified several areas of growth, including advanced manufacturing, information technology, and healthcare. Miami University Polytechnic will be well positioned to meet the needs of these areas of growth by providing cutting-edge applied education that leads to in-demand jobs, social mobility, and economic development of the entire region. We really look forward to working hand in hand with all of you as we move towards this new educational model, matching all the progress that is taking place in the city of Hamilton with all the positive changes in higher education that will support the city's development even further. In conclusion, I would like to recognize some people who really make all these changes happen, who help us to implement the Polytechnic education model. First of all, our friends from Butler Tech. William Sprankles, Christine Abudakar, please stand and be recognized. Travis Hunt, Tom Pope, Marnie, Durham, hello. And the entire Butler Tech team, thank you for your collegiality, for being great partners, and also our Miami team. Not all of them are here, unfortunately, but those that are here, please stand. Sammy Broilers, Barb Oswald, Ruth Orrs, Cass, and Tanya Morrill. Well, thank you so much, and it is my pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of Hamilton Schools, Andrea Blevins.
Good afternoon. I was thinking I've got about 30 minutes. Is that all right? No. First, I want to thank all of you for being here. Whether you're here in the room or you're watching on TV, please know that we notice your commitment to education. It is extremely important to be engaged in the conversation about education at all levels, both in this city, across the state, and across this nation. The reason for this is because schools don't exist in isolation. They reflect the priorities, the values, and the support of the entire community. Look around this room. Hamilton continues to shine in each of these areas. I want to thank our hosts, all of whom I am proud to serve alongside, our Lindenwold Fairfield Kiwanis, Hamilton Rotary Club, and the Greater Hamilton Chamber of Commerce. I'd also like to thank my fellow educators who spoke before me today. As you can see, each of us carry a deep passion for educating the future, and I'm grateful to call you all colleagues. There is room at the table for every one of these organizations in this room. There is room because education and opportunity matters that much. As a new superintendent delivering my first State of the Schools, I imagine a few questions are running through your mind. Is she going to talk about the budget? Will she talk about anything other than the budget? Will she stay within her time limit? Can I get seconds of that banana pudding? And is she really as passionate about her work as she seems? The answer to all of those questions is yes. I am genuinely excited to be here today because I am that passionate about Hamilton City Schools. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to share where we are, what we're proud of, what we're navigating, and how we will continue to move forward. As many of you in this room knows, Hamilton City Schools is proud to serve over 8,200 students in each and every day. We are supported by 13 buildings and a dedicated team of nearly 1,300 educators, support staff, and administrators. But our work goes far beyond our test scores and report cards, which happen to continue to rise year after year. For many of our students, school is our most stable place in their day, and that responsibility drives and demands excellence. Each day, our schools provide a safe, welcoming space in all of our buildings that has been thoughtfully maintained, even when some of our newest buildings approach 20 years in existence. We have a full continuum of programming for all learners, college and career preparation alongside critical life skills, a wide range of co-curricular and extracurricular opportunities where students discover their passions and their voices. We also have a commitment to removing barriers to learning through transportation, meals, and social-emotional supports. I could stand here for hours and list everything that Hamilton City Schools provides, but I won't. I will make you this promise, though. Every decision we make in Hamilton City Schools is guided by one question: what is best for students, both now and in the future? I'm incredibly fortunate to be surrounded by a team that helps us deliver on this promise every single day. I want to thank our Board of Education members, 4 of which are here today, for their servant leadership and selfless vision always. President Shaquila Matthews, if you'll stand and be recognized. Vice President Dr. Ashley Hopkins. Board Member Dr. Joe Kopis. Board Member Mrs. Carrie Mancuso. And Mr. Dave Davidson, who couldn't join us today. There is so much to celebrate in Hamilton City Schools, but it's a firm belief of mine that opportunity should never depend on a student's zip code. In Hamilton, we work every day to expand and ensure our schools fit the needs and passions of our students, and not the other way around. In addition to the programming that many of my colleagues shared today, Hamilton is proud to share that Hamilton City School students have access to the following: 7 career tech pathways supported on campus every single day, including automotive, business, carpentry, digital media, exercise science, healthcare, and customer service. In addition to 4 pre-apprenticeship programs leveraging local community businesses like Durana Hybrid, I saw Tyler and his team back there today, Meyer Brothers, Kettering Health, R Group, and more. On campus, we offer 5 AP courses and over 18 college credit courses on campus. We have 223 students taking advantage of at least one CCP course on campus, and our 10th through 12th grade students are on track to earn 4,993 college credits by the end of this school year. But our offerings go beyond just academics. We've worked hard this year to connect 200 students to work permits and positions within the city through our Big Blue Works program. Chris, that is a tongue twister every single time. And we have over 1,100 of our high school students involved in at least one extracurricular program, ranging from athletics to fine arts, clubs, and more. But the truth is, the strength of our district, similar to what Mr. Sprankle said before, is not found in a spreadsheet, a curriculum, or a single program. It's found in our people. Our staff shows up every day with professionalism, compassion, and resilience, even during times of uncertainty and change. They build relationships, create opportunities, elicit excitement and passion, and leave lasting impressions that far beyond our classroom. To our staff, who are busy today walking the walk right now in our classrooms across this community, you are seen, you are appreciated, and I am deeply grateful for the skill, care, and commitment you bring to this community every day. I want to thank our 4 union presidents who are here to represent our staff today. HCTA Teacher President, Katie McApee. I know you don't like that. ASME 151, representing our clerical and educational assistants, President Linda Pickett. OPC Transportation, Local 711, President Narissa Markham. And last but certainly not least, our ASME 468 Custodial and Food Service Union, President Heidi Valentine. Your leadership, collaboration, and advocacy are invaluable to me. Thank you for your collaboration. Last but not least, in our room, we have many administrators here today. If you work for Hamilton City Schools, please stand and be recognized. Thank you to each of our leaders for leading with such passion and ensuring everyone from staff, students, and communities have what they need to be successful. But schools don't stop with our people. When a community invests in its schools, students feel it. Our progress would not be possible without strong partnerships from the city, I saw Mr. Buchheit here, to local businesses and service organizations. One new shining example of this is our Positive Connections Therapy Dog Program. What began as a conversation with Hamilton Community Foundation's Education Committee and was brought to life by the Chamber's Leadership Hamilton Class 33, I'm a proud graduate, has resulted in 2 therapy dogs, Arrow and Tango, with at least 3 more joining our schools by August of 2026. The impact is not only adorable, it's palpable. Even more impressive is this program was fully supported through community donations, giving both people and animals a second chance at success, service, and belonging. However, Hamilton City Schools isn't just on the receiving end of community partnerships. Our students and our staff are invested in this community through employment, 17 strong student groups and mini grants, the Hamilton Community Foundation's YPC, Civics Day, and so much more. A new collaboration that formed this year with Butler Tech, the City of Hamilton, Meyer Brothers, and the Build Back the Block initiative is where Hamilton High students are helping the city address a housing crisis by creating sheds for each of the new 100 homes being built throughout this city. I think that deserves a big round of applause. Hamilton City Schools is more than just a district anchor to our community. I promised Sarah Silva I would work this in, but we are also happy to host this year's Neighborhood Summit on Saturday, March 7th. Please come out and join us at Hamilton High School to see what makes this place so special. As the old adage says, it takes a village. Thank you to our village for helping ensure students are invested, supported, and empowered. While we are so proud of our work, we also must be honest about the financial realities we face. In case you haven't heard, I made my husband, who's here today, read my speech, and there's a part in here where it says, insert knowing laugh. And he made me practice that. So we're gonna try it again, okay? In case you haven't heard, thank you. Hamilton City Schools, like all public schools in Ohio, is navigating significant funding challenges. Simply put, the cost of educating students continues to rise while funding has not kept pace. For our district, this has required difficult but necessary decisions to remain financially responsible and sustainable. But I want to be very clear in this. These decisions affect real people, our staff, our students, and our families. While change is never easy, we will be okay. Just as a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, these changes will allow Hamilton City Schools to forge a new path, one that strengthens our future without passing additional costs onto our community or eliminating programs. While our appearance may change in the coming years, the heart of what it means to be Big Blue will never be lost. It is important to note that we are not standing still. Our district is responding with long-term financial planning and responsible forecasting. Thank you, Mr. Frazier. He paid me, he bet me $5 if I would work him into my speech today. In addition, we are advocating at the state level for fair and sustainable school funding, and we are continuing to focus on what we do best, and that's high-quality instruction and student support. We are intentionally building excitement around learning, shifting from being a place where students simply receive information to an environment where they process, think critically, collaborate, and apply their learning to make the world around them a better place. We are telling our story. We are adapting our purpose, and we are planning boldly for the future. It's important for you to hear that I remain incredibly optimistic about the future of Hamilton City Schools, and I'm deeply humbled to serve as the district's leader. Not because things are easy, but because of the people who make up this district and community. You want to know what the state of Hamilton City Schools are? The state of Hamilton City Schools is one of resilience, one of responsibility, one of relationships, one of relevance, one of resolve, and most importantly, it's a place of really special people, both big and small. Thank you for your time, your partnership, your support, and your continued belief in Hamilton City Schools and in valuing all forms of education here in the great city of Hamilton. Thank you.
On behalf of the Greater Hamilton Chamber of Commerce, Lindenwold Kiwanis, and the Rotary Club of Hamilton, Ohio, I want to thank all of you for attending today. I also, one more time, want to thank our speakers. I want to thank all of the school admin, all of our teachers, all of our school board members that are in the room. Thank you for all that you do to support our kids, and thank you for always doing what's best for them. As I share some upcoming events, I'd like to call Dan Bates back up to the stage. But please mark your calendars for the next Greater Hamilton Chamber Red Carpet Luncheon, which is exactly 1 month from today. March 19th will be the Champions of Diversity Red Carpet Luncheon right here at the Fitton Center. And on March 31st, we have a multi-chamber business after hours hosted by Oscar Station. Also, if I may, mark your calendars for Saturday, March 21st. That is the Hamilton Rotary Club Bourbon and Chocolate Festival. We will have a lot of both of those things if you like either, and we would love to see you there. This is one of our biggest fundraisers of the year, and it supports our youth scholarships and programs in the community. So please join us.
Thank you, Adam. Apparently, Sarah got to all of us. So Sarah had asked me to say a few words about 17 Strong Summit coming up very soon, and I think she can do it better than I can. So Sarah, please come up and talk about what's going to happen.
I thought all my plugs early on in the day would avoid this, but I'm really excited to personally invite each of you here. Raise your hand if you've been to the summit. All right, that's a lot, but we have a lot more to do. I want to personally invite you to the Hamilton Neighborhood Summit on Saturday, March the 7th at our great and wonderful partners. The Hamilton City School District will be hosting us again this year. And guess who it's for? You, me, our neighbors, our friends, our leaders in our community, but also those that are just trying to find a place, a welcome space. That the summit is for you. So right now we currently have around 50 community partners that will also be there at the summit, which is, these are our neighbors and our community members that are a part of our neighborhood. So I'm really excited about that. If you have any questions, if you have some friends that, the cost, there is a ticketed event, it's $10, which is very small, but if you have someone that is a barrier for them, please reach out and we will make sure that there is a seat at the table for them. So if you have any questions, come see me or actually come see Dan. So thank you for everyone. Hope to see you there.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm going to put in a little plug, too. If you know who Monica Scalf is, she is an amazing facilitator, and she and I are going to be doing a session on utilizing vulnerability to create meaningful relationships of trust. So if you come to the summit, you might want to come to our session. With that, thank you all for joining us, and that concludes our program today. Thank you.
This TV Hamilton live stream has been brought to you by Miami University Regionals. This TV Hamilton live stream has been brought to you by Miami University Regionals. This TV Hamilton live stream has been brought to you by Miami University Regionals. This TV Hamilton live stream has been brought to you by Miami University Regionals. This TV Hamilton live stream has been brought to you by Miami University Regionals. This TV Hamilton live stream has been brought to you by Miami University Regionals. This TV Hamilton live stream has been brought to you by Miami University Regionals.